Have you ever watched a video online and instantly felt that something just didn't seem right? Not because of what someone said, not because of a scandal, and not because of some shocking headline, but because of the look on someone's face. A moment that lasts only a few seconds, yet leaves thousands of people asking the exact same question. That's exactly what happened when videos of North West attending events in Paris started spreading across social media. At first, people were talking about the fashion, the celebrity appearances, and the excitement surrounding Paris Fashion Week. But very quickly, the conversation changed. Instead of discussing outfits and cameras, people began focusing on something completely different. They started asking, is enough being done to protect celebrity children when they're placed in such public environments? The debate exploded across social media platforms. Millions of people watched clips, shared opinions, and analyzed every interaction. And whether people agreed or disagreed, one thing became clear: this wasn't really about fashion anymore. It was about boundaries. It was about growing up in the spotlight. And it was about a young teenager navigating a world that most adults would find overwhelming. Imagine being surrounded by cameras everywhere you go. Imagine every expression on your face being recorded, every smile, every glance, every awkward moment. Now imagine experiencing all of that at just 13 years old. That's the reality North West has grown up with. Unlike most kids her age, North was born into one of the most famous families in the world. From the moment she entered the world, people were interested in her life. Millions of people watched her grow up through photographs, television appearances, and social media posts. For many children, middle school is about homework, friends, and figuring out who they are. But for celebrity children, those years often unfold in front of an audience of millions. And that's where the recent conversation began. Several clips from Paris started circulating online. In some of those videos, North appeared to be interacting with adults during public events. One particular clip sparked significant discussion because viewers felt that a social interaction appeared uncomfortable. While people interpreted the moment differently, many online users focused on the importance of respecting personal boundaries, especially when children are involved. Soon, social media was flooded with reactions. Some people argued that the situation was being exaggerated. Others believed the clips highlighted a much larger issue. The more the videos spread, the louder the conversation became. One of the reasons this story gained so much attention is because many parents could relate to the underlying concern. Regardless of fame, most parents understand the instinct to protect children and make sure their boundaries are respected. And that brings us to one of the biggest questions people kept asking. Where were the adults responsible for supervision? Across countless comment sections, users debated whether enough support was being provided. Some questioned how much independence is appropriate for a young teenager attending major public events. Others argued that celebrity children often have security teams, family members, and professionals around them, even when those people aren't visible in short online clips. The truth is that social media rarely tells the entire story. A 10-second video can generate millions of opinions, but viewers usually don't see everything happening outside the camera frame. Still, that didn't stop people from sharing their concerns. As the discussion continued, many people pointed to the challenges faced by children growing up in celebrity families. Think about it. Most teenagers get the opportunity to make mistakes privately. If they feel awkward, embarrassed, or uncomfortable, only a few people might notice. Celebrity kids don't have that luxury. Every public appearance becomes a topic of discussion. Every expression becomes a headline. Every interaction gets analyzed by strangers. That's an incredible amount of pressure for anyone, especially someone still growing up. The conversation surrounding North also brought renewed attention to the different parenting philosophies. that have been discussed publicly over the years. Both Kim Kardashian and Kanye West have spoken openly about their children and their desire to support them. Kim has often emphasized allowing her children to express themselves creatively and develop their own personalities. In interviews, she has talked about encouraging individuality and helping her kids explore their interests. Kanye, on the other hand, has publicly expressed concerns at various times about social media, public exposure, and how much attention children should receive online. These differences have occasionally played out in public, leading to debates among fans about which approach is better. But here's the thing. Parenting is difficult under normal circumstances. Parenting, while the entire world watches your every move, is something very few people can truly understand. Every decision becomes a public discussion. Every choice gets criticized. If you're too strict, people complain. If you're too relaxed, people complain. No matter what you do, somebody thinks you're wrong. And that's one reason why conversations like this become so complicated. Because people aren't just discussing one event. They're discussing years of public attention, family dynamics, media coverage, and personal opinions all at once. As more videos from Paris continued circulating, many viewers focused on North's body language and facial expressions. Some believe she appeared uncomfortable. Others argue she simply looked tired after long days of events and travel. The reality is that none of us can truly know what someone is thinking based solely on a short video clip. That's one of the biggest problems with internet culture today. People often feel pressured to reach conclusions immediately. A clip appears online. Thousands react within minutes. Millions form opinions within hours. And before long, assumptions start spreading faster than facts. That's why it's important to separate what we know from what we think. What we know is that North attended high-profile events in Paris. What we know is that videos of those appearances generated enormous public discussion. What we know is that many viewers expressed concerns about boundaries and child safety. Everything beyond that becomes interpretation. And interpretation can vary dramatically from person to person. Yet despite all the disagreements, one message kept appearing over and over again. Protect children. That was the core theme repeated across social media. Whether people supported Kim, supported Kanye, supported both parents, or supported neither, many users agreed on one thing. Children deserve safe environments where their boundaries are respected. That's not a controversial statement. That's something most people can agree on. The discussion also revealed something interesting about how society views celebrity children. People often forget that fame isn't a choice made by those children. They didn't ask to become public figures. They didn't choose millions of followers. They didn't choose worldwide attention. They were simply born into extraordinary circumstances. And because of that, many people feel protective when they see celebrity kids navigating situations that seem overwhelming. At the same time, others argue that outsiders don't have enough information to judge parenting decisions based on a few public moments. Both perspectives continue fueling debate. And that's why this story spread so quickly. It touched on topics that people care deeply about: parenting, privacy, fame, childhood, safety. These aren't just celebrity issues. They're human issues. The reason so many people became invested isn't because they were interested in gossip. It's because the story reminded them of bigger questions. How much exposure is too much exposure? How should children be protected in highly public environments? Where should boundaries be drawn? And who gets to decide? Those questions don't have easy answers, but they're important questions nonetheless. As the discussion continues, one thing remains undeniable. Growing up famous comes with challenges most people never experience. Every move is watched. Every decision is analyzed. Every mistake becomes public. And every moment can turn into a global conversation overnight. For Northwest, that reality has existed since birth. For the internet, however, the recent Paris videos served as another reminder of just how complicated that reality can be. At the end of the day, everyone seems to have an opinion about what happened. Some believe concerns are justified. Others believe the internet is overreacting. Some think celebrity children should have greater privacy. Others think public appearances naturally invite public discussion. But perhaps the most important takeaway is this. Before celebrity status, before social media, before headlines, and before public debate, we're talking about a young person still growing up and learning about the world. And sometimes it's worth remembering that behind every viral clip is a real human being, a real child, a real family, and a real life that extends far beyond the few seconds we see online. What do you think about the conversation surrounding North's Paris appearances? Do you believe the public is raising important concerns, or do you think people are reading too much into short clips shared online? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video and want more thoughtful discussions about celebrity culture, parenting, and the stories everyone is talking about, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.